Boston priests abused kids in 6 different parishes over the last 30 years. The church found out about it and did nothing.
This is bigger than Boston. This is the whole system.
So I'm here with Tom McCarthy, the co-writer and director of Spotlight, and Marty Barron, who at the Boston Globe led the charge into this investigation. So Marty, at any point, did it occur to you that maybe there might be a way to ease your way into the job that wouldn't involve taking on the Catholic Church head on, which is the most powerful institution undoubtedly in Boston?
I viewed it as just a story that we needed to pursue. I viewed it in very workmanlike terms, really. And in this column that was written the day before I started, written by Eileen McNamara, Pulitzer Prize-winning columnist, she said that the truth may never be known because these documents are under seal. That was like, well, a statement like that should be chum to journalists.
Well, what's also interesting is the group, the investigative team, had the goods on these 80 priests, and that you didn't want to publish that. You wanted to wait.
Right. What I was interested in is I was interested in a story that would go beyond numbers, just saying that there are a lot of priests who committed abuse. It was already known that there were priests who had committed abuse. There were books written about this subject, there were stories written about this subject. What I wanted us to show is that in fact that there was a policy and practice within the church, if we could show it, that this would be just a violation of their core responsibilities.
We need to focus on the institution, not the individual priests. Practice and policy. Show me the church manipulated the system so that these guys wouldn't have to face charges. Show me they put those same priests back into parishes time and time again. Show me this was systemic, that it came from the top down.
Not just the stories, but also the letters, right? Some of the files that you guys
The documents,
have,
the letters, everything. We put everything up online.
So I think in large part...
At the time, in
yeah,
2002.
so the readership was able to actually see what was in the church's possession at that time, what was in their file cabinets, and read it as proof.
Yeah, it's one thing for a journalist to describe a document. It's another thing for readers to read the actual document and see, in that instance, how insensitive the church was.
I will say, as a writer, as a screenwriter, when I received those documents, just a week after signing on, these huge binders started showing up at my office of all these documents that were pulled, just reading through them. It's incredibly disturbing to see the back and forth between the Archdiocese and some of these victims or survivors or the families of victims. It's heartbreaking.
When it comes down to it, it seems to me actually the film is more about journalism than it is even about the scandal of the church, because you take us in a very authentic and alive way through the process of investigative journalism.
I'm not sure if it was because we were seeing it through the lens of an investigation, our work, but it did feel like an investigation. Because, look, this happened 14 years ago from when we started reporting on it. These guys have gone on to do a lot of work. So sitting with them and hearing their different sides to the story, we kind of had to triangulate and try to recreate as best as we can. It's a movie, it's not a documentary.
And what did you say to Tom when you saw the movie?
You picked up some of the most insanely small details that you were picking up and being, well, you got that right. And we're like, what about the bigger issues?
What was your reaction?
It was great. I thought that it did a great job of capturing the themes of that investigation. It did not turn us into superheroes. It showed that we are fallible, and we certainly are. Our profession is highly imperfect. But notwithstanding the imperfections, we perform a very important role in society. And one is to hold powerful institutions and individuals accountable.